Let me tell you about a fee you are almost certainly paying right now. You probably don't know exactly how much it is. You might not even know where to find it. It doesn't show up as a line item on your bank statement. Nobody calls you to tell you about it. It just quietly, invisibly, consistently takes a small percentage of your investment balance every single year. And over the course of a 30-year investing career, that small, quiet, invisible fee can cost you somewhere in the range of $200,000 or more. Not in dramatic losses, not in a market crash, just in the slow, silent erosion of a number that should have been yours. That fee is called an expense ratio. And today we are going to talk about exactly what it is, why it matters so much more than most people realize, and what you can do about it starting today. My name is Chris, and I've spent way too much time thinking about the things in personal finance that nobody talks about loudly enough. The invisible forces that work against your wealth so quietly that most people never notice them until it's too late to do much about it. And expense ratios are at the top of that list. Not because they're complicated, they're actually extremely simple, but because the way they compound against you over time is one of the most genuinely shocking pieces of math in all of personal finance. So let's get into it. First, let's make sure we're clear on what an expense ratio actually is. When you invest in a mutual fund or an ETF, the company managing that fund charges you an annual fee for running it. That fee is expressed as a percentage of your total balance. So if you have $100,000 invested in a fund with a 1% expense ratio, you are paying $1,000 per year in fees, not once. Every year. And here's the part that makes it feel almost invisible. Like, you never actually write a check for it. You never see it leave your account in a lump sum. It just gets quietly deducted from your returns before the number ever reaches you. Which is exactly why most people have no idea how much they're actually paying. Now here's where the math starts to get genuinely uncomfortable. Let's say you invest $300 a month for 30 years into a fund, earning an average of 7% annually before fees. With zero fees, which isn't realistic but gives us a clean baseline, you end up with somewhere around $340,000. Now, let's add a 1% annual expense ratio, which is actually pretty common in actively managed mutual funds and some employer 401k plans. Your ending balance drops to around $240,000. That 1% fee applied consistently over 30 years cost you $100,000, and if the fee is closer to 1.5%, which some funds charge, the gap widens to $150,000, sometimes pushing toward $200,000 depending on your contribution amount and timeline. $200,000 gone. Not to a market downturn, not to a bad investment decision, to a fee that most people never even looked up. And here's the thing that makes this even harder to stomach. In most cases, the funds charging those higher fees are not outperforming the cheap ones. This is the part that I think genuinely shocks people when they first encounter the data. Actively managed funds, the ones with higher expense ratios, the ones with professional managers picking stocks, the ones that charge you more because they're supposedly doing something sophisticated, the overwhelming majority of them underperform a simple, low-cost index fund over a 10 to 20 year period. Like, not occasionally, consistently. Year after year, the data shows the same thing. You are paying more money for a worse outcome, and the people collecting those fees are doing extremely well. The people paying them are not. So what does a low-cost fund actually look like? Index funds from providers like Vanguard, Fidelity, and Schwab offer expense ratios as low as 0.03%. That is not a typo. 0.03%. On a $100,000 balance, that is $30 a year. Compare that to a 1% expense ratio, which costs you $1,000 a year on the same balance. The difference in cost is staggering, and because both types of funds are subject to the same market returns before fees, the low-cost fund wins by almost exactly the amount of the fee difference every single year. It's not complicated, it's just math. Now, let's talk about where these high fee funds are hiding, because this is important. The most common place people encounter them without realizing it is inside their employer's 401k plan. Not all 401k plans are created equal. Some employers negotiate excellent low-cost fund options for their employees. Others offer a lineup of actively managed funds with expense ratios that would make a fee-conscious investor wince. And because most employees just pick whatever the default option is when they enroll, or choose based on the fund name without ever looking at the expense ratio, the fee quietly runs in the background for decades. Go look at your 401k fund options right now. Seriously. Find the expense ratio column. If you're paying more than about 0.2% on any fund, there is a very good chance a cheaper alternative is available in the same plan that will do the job just as well or better. The second place high fees hide is in financial advisor managed accounts that charge an assets under management fee on top of the underlying fund fees. So you might be paying a 1% advisor fee plus a fund expense ratio of another 0.5%. That is 1.5% per year compounding against you. And again, not because the advisor is necessarily doing something wrong, but because the fee structure applied over 30 years has a cost that most clients have never actually seen laid out clearly in dollar terms. Ask for it in dollar terms. Ask what you paid in total fees last year. The number has a way of clarifying things very quickly. The fix here is not complicated, and it doesn't require you to become a sophisticated investor. It requires three things. First, look up the expense ratio on every fund you currently own. Second, if you find funds charging more than about 0.2%, find the lowest cost index fund alternative available in your account and switch. Third, automate contributions into that low cost fund going forward and leave it alone. That's it. Like, no stock picking, no market timing, no complicated strategy. Just stop paying for something that is costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of your investing life. The fee doesn't feel like anything in the moment. That's what makes it so dangerous. You know, it's not a dramatic event. It's not a crash or a scandal or a mistake you can point to. It's just a small number quietly doing enormous damage over a very long time. And the only way it wins is if you never look at it. Look at it. If this one opened your eyes a little, go watch the video right before this one. The link is right up there. And if you're not subscribed yet, this is exactly the kind of conversation this channel exists for. The stuff nobody puts in the brochure. Hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.